When I was growing up, there were only three options you had as a career, for a career.
Doctor.
You could be an engineer,
Engineer.
you could be a doctor, or you could be a failure. There are only three things. You're an engineer, you're a doctor, or you're a failure.
Yeah.
Amongst the three, I definitely thought I shouldn't choose to be a failure.
Yeah. So let's pick.
So then I thought, okay, probably maybe I should be a doctor.
Yeah.
And then in my 8th grade, I came across the dissection of a frog.
Yeah. All of us.
And when the frog was being dissected right in front of my eyes, I rushed out of the classroom to go to the restroom and throw up. So doctor was out, failure was out.
You could only be an engineer.
I could only be an engineer.
Yeah.
I, of course, took up the path of being an engineer.
Yeah.
Now, trust me, back in the day, this whole talk about, I want to make a difference, I want to, live a life of purpose, wasn't all that common. You would kind of take the beaten path.
Yeah.
You have certain career paths, that's what you would take. Today, that's not the case, however. But I always love to tell this one story, which is very interesting, something which I'm very fond of. In a school in London, a teacher was asking all the kids, like 7-year-olds, what do you want to be when you grow up? Somebody said engineer, somebody said doctor, somebody said an actor, somebody said a chartered accountant, somebody said a lawyer. One boy, 7-year-old, was taking a while to answer that question. The teacher asked him, well, everybody has answered. Is that how long you take to answer this question? After a pause, he said, well, yeah, I'm taking a little bit of a little time. Once again, the teacher said, so what do you want to be when you grow up? And the boy answered, when I grow up, I want to be happy. Yeah. The teacher said, look, son, doesn't look like you understood the question right. And the boy said, ma'am, doesn't look like you understood life right. Because if you understood life right, you would know that when you grow up, you want to be happy. Yeah. And I feel when you're happy doing what you do, is when you make the most impact.
Correct.
If I'm a motivational speaker and not happy being a motivational speaker, what am I giving to the world? A product, not my joy, not what I truly feel.
Or not the real
the real authentic self.
Yeah.
So if I'm authentic, it makes a tremendous impact in what I do. So of course, it comes with time. I can't say that when I was growing up, I felt that I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to be my genuine self, an authentic self. I took to the beaten path of being an engineer. But then with time, I realized that this is not me. Yeah. I can't fit in. I can't just conform. I can't just comply with whatever is just existing. Yeah. I need to find my voice and not drown myself in the noise that's going on all around us in society. Yeah.
So when you got into engineering college in Pune, what was, you just said something interesting, I wanted to drown out the noise, right? What were those years like, your engineering years, which are pretty formative,
right,
to the trajectory of like your adulthood?
Correct.
What were those 3 years like? 3 or 4 years, what did you kind of learn about yourself? And can you also tell us a little bit about your normalcy, right? Because it's difficult to imagine a monk as an engineering student playing tricks and pranks and things like that. So if you could walk us through that part of your life.
Sure. Engineering students, the other day I was on a television show and they've asked me, sir, kabhi kisi ladki se mohabbat hui kya aapko? I said, engineering college mein चक्कर चलाने के लिए टाइम तो मिलना चाहिए ना. You're just so busy and caught up with doing so much stuff. I said, I just didn't find any time to explore a relationship at that time. Yeah. And by the time I had a little time, I was so much in love with what I do that I didn't even bother about exploring that side. Yeah. So 3-4 years of engineering, I would say, passed more in just the academic pursuit of studying and grade. Pretty much cliched. I think we had a good group of friends, and all of us friends, our bit of fun would be sitting, our college canteen was on the banks of a river.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful, yeah. So
Wow.
it was called the Boat Club. So
Yeah.
we would sit there and we would have our favorite samosas and a cup of tea and chat and talk about movies and talk about movie stars and talk about Bollywood songs and talk about Hollywood songs. And pranky, well, I wasn't so much of a pranky guy.
Yeah.
And even the guys, you know what? Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah.
So since I wasn't so pranky, the guys who came in weren't too pranky as well. So pretty much a normal childhood. I mean, a normal
College life.
time in college. Committed to studying, committed to seeing if my career can get better, a good job.